Yo, what is up, my fiends? We got some of the Duelist Cup gameplay for you today. I made the scrub go first. They set one and pass. So, we could tell this is, Mikanko cuck over here. So we're just gonna do our normal plays and see if we could try to get the OTK. And what do they have set? Oh, let's put the fast forward on because it's gonna be one of these type of games. So yeah, the premise of this deck, I was trying to make Super Poly the deck, and I was having a lot of fun with trying to do some PREDAPLANT stuff. I was like, well, why don't I just try to make like Lair PREDAPLANTs, as you see here, Super Poly. I'm not gonna let the Fender get off the effects. We're not doing that today. And here is where I try to OTK. I do have technical OTK on board, because then I'm able to get this guy out. Yeah, Mass Change and Dark Law are like pretty clutch. But I saw that he had a response, so that's why I saved the Kaiser Glider. I totally could have just gamed him there. But I was like, nah, let's just play it safe. And of course, they are able to tribute me, so I don't know what the quick effect was. It could have just been Maxi. But either way, I'm chilling. But yeah, eventually just, oh yep, and look, sure enough, it's Mikanko, special summon Mikanko. They live another turn. We pass it to them. Yeah. GG's. Scrub, get the fuck out of my game. So let's go on to the next, and we'll see how this deck will evolve throughout time. All right, welcome back. So, as you can see, there's more of the PREDAPLANT stuff in my hand, and Duelist is in here just to signify it's still technically a Lair gameplay here. But fret not, we have the Foolish Burial for this Biblisp, PREDAPLANT Biblisp, and lets you add any PREDAPLANT monster. And we already have Predapractice in here, special summon that. Add the Triantis, but now we're Dark Fusion locked, which is fine because my game plan is just to OTK our opponents. I don't care about Maxi. I don't know what type of deck, what type of board. I can't even look it up because it's the event. I was like, you know what? I'm keeping this in here just to show you guys, just to let you know, this deck does not fuck around, man. You could straight up OTK the fuck out of your opponent. And here's adding the Triantis back. So this is like kind of like the basic, very basic PREDAPLANT combo. That's what I started off with. I started off with PREDAPLANT, added more Lair, and then as you saw, I added that Kaiser Glider in there. So that means I did eventually add in the Bystial stuff into here. So it's Lair of Darkness, Bystial, PREDAPLANT. So save that fusion. So now I'm able to go into Greedy Fusion, and because I use Triantis and it's not once per turn, everything gets these tokens. And this guy has other effects, right? He gains all the attack of all their things with PREDAPLANT tokens on the field. So straight AK to the dome. Fuck your Maxi. Alright, so we're back. I Maxied them, and it's Mathmech, so they instantly pass it back to us. And here's another opportunity to try to OTK and see what we could do with this board. So this is really funny. They Maxi us back, and I'm like, let me just Biblisp. I'm going to get so much mileage out of this Mass Change, because Biblisp has this, probably the best effect out of all the PREDAPLANTs, that whenever it's just in the grave, sent to the grave, you get the search one. And then, so it's really cool. They still Ash that, which is like fine, but since they Maxied me with Dark Law, they technically added a card to their hand. Oh, there you go, banish a random one. There goes your Parallel Exceed. Still have Lubellion, so it's an absolutely cracked hand. And now my opponent is under Dark Law, and I'm going to have another Bystial at the end phase. So, I decided Lubellion, put in Regained. You guys know the drill at this point, right? So, yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Mathmech cannot play under Macrocosmos. So GG, on to the next. Yep, so Maxi back at it again, making my opponent choose their words, or make their choices carefully, I should say. Unfortunately, it was against something spicy, Nouvelles Dogmatika. And I was like, ah, I almost felt bad for this one. I say almost. This one's really funny because we have some real interaction between Lair and PREDAPLANT here. Ooh, nice tack. And I know that they always have the special. You might have searched it out with this effect. So I'm going to Arma, grab Lair, chain Magnamut so I get an instant special summon. Tribute that for Rebellion. That triggers Lord effect. Tribute his own guy. He's forced to loop the last card in hand. GG. I wouldn't have OTK'd, but that was suffocating. Woo, put it on a clinic today. All right, you guys are getting the true Master Duel experience with this Maxi in a lot of these games. And as you can tell what my game plan is, I'm going to instantly Maxi. Uh-oh. Didn't matter. They had the call by, because again, it's Gishki, but it's also Spright. So let me put on this imperm. I have a bet. I was like, well, you just have to have it, right? You just have to have the Spright, you know, what do you call it? Spright Jet or whatever the, what do you call this? Something's got to remind. Oh, Spright Starter. Yeah, he just had it. So keep in mind, yeah, the one fucking thing in hand. We're just gonna BRB on this fucking combo. We know what this is. All right, so they also Ibly locked me. How am I gonna get out of this? They instantly Spright Elf or what do you call it? Blue to grab Carrot, which I thought was interesting. Of all the targets that they were gonna choose to grab with Elf, I thought that was a mistake. I tribute over the Ibly, and then they chain red to negate that, and then I chain, you know, Super Poly. Might as well get the value out of that. Since they didn't IP yet, I can't let them link off, and then my Arma's gonna get negated anyway, so I have a free fusion monster essentially. And I think I pitched a Joel for that. Not gonna use Joel. I'm not gonna need it because last card in hand. I already know what they have in hand, so I know they don't have any hand traps. They don't have any more interaction. I'm gonna get rid of that blue. No more blue. Activate Magnamut, so I know I'm gonna get, you know, another Bystial on the end phase. Rebellion regained. We're pretty set, right? Oh yeah, I also activate this. I gained the 1400 from Spright Elf, gained Spright Elf effect, etc. Or I couldn't gain the Spright Elf effect. It doesn't have a level. But like I said, drew his worms here. Oh, they just drew into the second one because the other two are Carrot and then the Gishki card ritual. So that's insane. My opponent just did that and then they butchered their own combo. Wow, Spright players. It doesn't matter how fucking bad you are, you'll always get lucky. So, Jesus Christ, man, luckiest bastards on earth. All right, welcome back. We got a Mannadium board here. This is the first time, one of the first few times I went against this. Also, I'm still not over the last game. I mean, how do you open fucking starter and then draw into it? Well, anyway, so if you notice, le dark attributes, le super poly, let it commence. I could have done this a little bit differently if I was being very nitpicky, where I could have practice first to get out their max C, since I knew I saw the toggle on, right? I could have they could have still had monsters on board, and then triple tactics would have let me search and, you know, add to my hand instead of set. But that's pretty nitpicky. As you can tell, this is not going to be good for my opponent here. So as you can tell, I'm starting to put these predator counters on. So now my next game plan, I'm going to also, that's a nice little interaction too. After the second time Bliss comes back, you could draw it off of regained if it leaves the field again. So that's a really interesting interaction that I think is like super OP. And they scoop because they were honestly about to get OTK. I would have just brought out, you know, Triff, and then Triff would have had 58. I would have, you know, had another Bystial, yeah, and then Triff. Yeah, anyway, it was GG. Trust. All right, it wouldn't be a SwordSoul matchup against Lair of Darkness or any of my fucking dark decks if it wasn't for Arch Nemesis Protoss. If you guys don't know, I can't special summon darks because of this guy. And he can't be destroyed. So we're going to take it easy and just try to super poly them on the next turn and let them get greedy. I obviously have to use Protoss as a target, but the funny thing with Lair is they can't activate the effect to not special summon, or else it blows up all darks on the field. With Lair, everything's a dark. So I essentially put my opponent into like a time bomb, into like a claymore, and they took a click. You know what I mean? And I was like, holy shit, dude. That's crazy, man. So they're just popping off, by the way. As you can tell what's in my opponent's hand. They're drawing, they're plussing like crazy. They're doing all this shit. I don't think they know I have Super Paul in my hand. They only know about the Arima, and they banished the first copy of Lair there. So there I pitched Diabolos, get Triff. You know, I got rid of everything that I needed to get rid of. They're not able to beat over me, so they're trying to synchro again. Triff has a second effect, pop the Yang Zing, GG, right? It was pretty straightforward, and they also maxed my Lair Darkness. I never went against Lair Darkness, but yeah, my Super Poly targets were the Protoss, Sinister, and then of course the SwordSoul. Here's where I made the mistake though. I should have beat over the Tenyi, as you guys are about to find out. Luckily, I have Maxi of my own, so they're forced to special summon. But yeah, they bring back the, you know, what's his name? SwordSoul Supreme Chenyi, yeah. So they're able to beat my ass in, but here I have to play a little bit disciplined. I have a Druid Swarm. And I drew into the Kaiser Glider. Tribute for cost, quick effect. Get that shit out of here, boy. Lubellion. Search the Magnemite. Banish their Tenyi. And I'm going to plus off of that, activate Magnemite effect. We're big chillin'. We're big chillin'. Drawing a Droll, doesn't really matter too much. Banish that Protoss because it could go fuck itself. I hate that card. It should not be in Master Duel or any Yu-Gi-Oh format. Send Tenyi to the grave, whatever. It does not matter. Bring back Lubellion. That triggers Lord. Gonna add out the Beast. Attack. Not quite game. I think there's probably a line I could have done to grab game, but you know, it is what it is. We're chilling here. I just linked off those two, because I realized I couldn't fusion with Verte. I don't know why. Of course, my opponent. It just wouldn't be. It wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be these gameplays without my opponent just with the horseshoe up their ass, having the most luckiest fucking plays on earth. Of course, I have a Foolish Burial, so I'm chilling. I'm big chilling now. And I'm going to do the fancy, you know. And instead of Kaiser Glider, which would have had enough, I'm going to just show them that I have that thing on me, man. I keep that thing on me with Mask Hero, Dark Law. Get that shit on my fucking game. GG. All right, guys. So this is an egregious, like, P.U.N.K, whatever type of board. I don't fucking know. Evenly, because you don't have any Spell Trap Negate. GG, scrub. So I gotta be careful with this Potter. They're gonna be able to pop, but they're not gonna be able to negate. I don't have anything in my banish to shuffle back. And here's where I'm also testing out the Orphis Scorpio, but it's good at 1, I think, in this deck. I don't think you need 2, but it is a very quick way to get to your Super Poly line. So like I said, I put a PREDAPLANT counter on them. I'm able to tribute their guy still for effect. They pop me, but my effect goes off. I get Darlingtonia Cobra, which gives me the Super Poly, and I'm just going to Super Poly set pass. I'm like, I think I'm chilling. I got a Dark on board. I know they have a lot of lights. Like, I'm going to have some Super Poly targets, especially if they bring back Chaos Ruler. So here's where a potential misplay was. Here's an 8 and a 3. You know, I probably should have just Super Poly'd after this effect to prevent them from going into it. But I was like, they're not going to do anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm chilling. I got this. This is okay. I'm fine. I'm totally fine. They're not totally building up their board to slowly defeat me and have this thing go to a bajillion attack. And Lubellion off the top is pretty good too. Lets me get Magnemite. Banish this. Since I have regain already, I get the draw, which is like really crisp. And then Lair, or I'm going to grab Lair, so now everything's a Super Poly target. Except I think it is unaffected by Super Poly itself, not from the Layer of Darkness. And I didn't realize that. I was like, oh shit, it's unaffected, right? So I can't even Super Poly him. I could Beast, but I didn't realize, here's the big misplay, guys. I could have just Kaiser Glider tributed over his guy, because Lair is not an activated effect. This is, but it's hard to explain. As you're going to see right here. That's exactly what happened. So I could have just saved my Lubellion there, and I could have had game this turn. They ashed me, which feels bad. I can't bring out the Diabolos. So attack. Imagine I would have had a Lubellion still on top of this. Super Poly these guys away. Starving Venom. I see that they have a toggle. I know they have Bystials. Or Bystial. So here I'm like, oh, cool. I'm just going to draw. I'm going to activate my regain effect. You know, we're chilling, right? Oh, yep, Bystials, plural. Uh, so, or I guess I wouldn't have had game. I just would have cleared that guy too. But it didn't matter. This was a genius play that I liked. I Starving Venomed, turn into his guy so I'd be a Bystial with my beast on board, tribute the Starving Venom, pop him, and then that triggers Lord. So I wish we could have an instant replay on that. You guys play that shit back. That shit was fucking insane. Clear their entire board, fill up my shit with tokens. I have an untargetable boss. I could have tributed him for Lubellion, but I was like, nah, I think I'm chilling with this. I'm like straight up chilling with this. I know they have Druid's Worm. I'm not at all worried. I get the second Lubellion. They can't target it. They accept defeat. So that was a really fun one. Just to show a little bit of that evolution, right? You guys are seeing more of the, you know, Bystial cards being interacted with the PREDAPLANT. So let's continue on this onslaught. All right, so my opponent just passed it right back to me. We know what the drill is, right? We're going to try to OTK time. So here's our final gameplay of the mix of the three. The, you know, like I said, Bystial. Oh, they drilled me. I would have layered first to do something interesting, but this is fine. I didn't realize how okay this was. So I'm able to Pendulum Summon. So I was able to search off of, what do you call this? Off of Biblis, right? Grab the Triantis. I'm like, okay, I'm going to Pendulum Summon. What did I Pendulum Summon? Whatever, it doesn't matter. And then go into Greedy Venom Fusion. And I'm going to attack with the Fusion. I have the Kaiser Glider. I tribute over the dude. It triggers Diabolos from Grave. And that's fucking game. That's the perfect encapsulation of Lair of Darkness, PREDAPLANT, Bystial. So I could end it there, but I got one more bonus gameplay. You guys could fucking click off. Who gives a fuck? But we got a bonus gameplay of just PREDAPLANT. So just to show you when I was like messing around with a more PREDAPLANT pure build, and it's a pretty long one. So, all right. On to the next one. If I can find the fucking pause button. All right, welcome back, guys. If you're wondering why I have 5, I drew his worms, sent their Orcus Dingirsu to grave. We traded, essentially. That's all you need to know to get caught up. So again, this is pure PREDAPLANT. Special summon this Clematis Sundew. And I'm able to pretty much super poly this shit off the board for Triff Overtum, which is like the boss monster of this deck. So keep in mind, I drew into 2 super polys, by the way. And then I'm going against Orcus, which is like really cool, really fun. They negate my activation, so I can't fusion again, which really fucking blows. But that's fine. I have Predaponics, and this was a mistake. I should have put this in one of these two. As you could tell, I'm learning, because I could have still Pendulum Summoned. As you guys saw, I got used to that and started, you know, Pendulum Summoning. It's actually like super reliant. I actually like keeping these cards in the layered version with Bystials because they're just so dependable. Like, they're really good. Even if it's just at least at 1 to 2 of each, they're like really good. I took out this level 1 because I thought this was ass, but also they forbidden dropleted me, so I can't go for the OTK. I literally would have OTK'd them there. I think I would have just fusioned some more shit off, search Triantis at some point. Here my opponent's weird. Dingirsu makes sense. They're gonna bring that back, but they opt to attach instead of just send, because they could have just sent my PREDAPLANT. And my Triff can't do anything about this guy because he's not being special summoned from the extra, which is unfortunate. Well, that's okay. I'm going to put the fast forward on. Like I said, this is going to be a longer gameplay, guys. But it's a really funny one. Because keep in mind, they got a mono dark deck, right? I'm using that Pokemon vocabulary over here. And they read my card, so they didn't beat over it because I would have destroyed one of their guys. Which I thought they had Destruction Protection, but whatever. It doesn't matter because next turn I'm going to draw a card that's just going to be fodder for the Super Poly. Oh, even better, dude. Even better. I mean, my opponent didn't know I had the second one, to be fair. They didn't see what was going to... Oh, and it was Biblisp. So not only do I clear the fucking board, I get the value off of the Biblisp. I literally get to search anything. So it's going to be Triantis. And that, as you can tell, right, that was such a big misplay putting Predaponics here, but it is what it is. Special summon the Triantis. Bring out a second Triantis. Bring out this Biblisp again. fusion summon with Bufolicula, Chimera, draw, pop 2. Awesome Biblis effect, special summon it from the grave. It's gonna be banished next time. But yeah, I'm super chilling. I have an untargetable Guardian Chimera, and that if you guys saw my one draw of the Guardian Chimera, this card's not okay. This shouldn't be in the game. Is fucking super poly, dude. So I super polyed my opponent not once, not twice, but as you guys can imagine, again, I'm gonna draw one card for the beginning of my turn. It's going to be the fodder for the super poly. And my opponent's about to get super poly for the third fucking time. So they go over battle. They beat over everything except the Guardian Chimera. I pretty much had the game with Guardian Chimera itself up there, and they pop PREDAPLANT for me. Thanks. I won't take 800, and I'll have a pendulum spot open. But guess what, man? It's not going to matter. Hydra wife, Hydra kids, you can't stop the super poly. Oh no, oh no. I I bait them with the Druid Worm effect. Try to get the second trip in. GG guys. Oh my fucking god. So I promise this will be like a part 1 with that last, not this replay, but the last one before I hit dual level 17. So when I hit dual level 20, I'll upload the rest of those replays and a deck list. So do not worry, guys. I see you guys asking for it. I promise I want to make sure it's refined, that it's prepped, that it's ready. So like, comment, subscribe, stay green, stay mean, stay fiending, motherfuckers.